What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dan. We in the building with Let That Be Known. We're here to talk about our Cowboys today, guys. Tragic day, man. It's a tragic day. I'm sitting here with shades on, man. Trying to endure the pain, man. Here go my co-host, man. Here go my co-host.
This your boy John. Get yourself something to drink. Sit back and relax. Man, let that be known. Good grief.
God, dog.
Man. What a day. What a freaking day, man. Them boys lost.
God, dog, boy.
Detroit 47-9. Um
That
Jared
wasn't
Goff.
no. That wasn't no loss.
Well,
That
hold
was
on,
a
hold on,
straight. That was
hold
that
on,
was a belt across the back.
hold on. I just got word they finally just stopped scoring. Cause they didn't punt none
That's
today.
fact. That's facts.
Good night.
That is facts.
Jared Goff went for 315, 18 out of
That man,
25.
that man
Dak
threw
went for
25 times.
25 times. Dak went 17 for 33 for 178 yards, two picks, no tubs. Ah man, this is just an overall massacre, man. You know what? It's so much you could say, but what do you have to say? Starting out here about this massacre, man.
Man, I got my shades on, man. Hide my eyes, man. I think all Cowboy fans are hiding out right now. We are probably all in disbelief. We
Mhm.
thought that it was a good chance that we could lose, especially being down so many players, and you're going up against a really good team. But I think I can speak for all the Cowboy fans. We didn't think it would be like this. We
That's
didn't think it
facts.
would be a massacre. That's what we witnessed. We witnessed a massacre, and they showed us no respect. They showed us no mercy. They constantly tried to get a lineman to score out of spite last year, and I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm so happy it happened. That's one victory that I can take as a Cowboy fan. The utter disrespect that we witnessed today. But man, just overall, just to, in all seriousness, to get into the game, man, um, it's not looking promising for us. And not saying that because of we lost so badly, but everything that's wrong with us, they exploited. We don't have an offensive line, so we can't pass protect. We can't run block. Don't have a defensive line. Can't stop the run. Our DBs don't want to tackle.
Psh,
Even some of our linebackers don't want to tackle. And so everyone keeps saying, "Oh man, we should got him running back, got him running back." Who gonna block for him? Dak Prescott, he got massacred.
yeah, man.
He got killed in the pocket. Like it doesn't matter what weapons you go out and get. No, whether it's a receiver, a running back. If the quarterback does not have time to make something happen, it doesn't matter what you have. Jared Goff had all the time in the world in the pocket. Even on 3rd and 15, they still couldn't generate no pressure. And granted, Micah was out, Marcus Lawrence was out, granted. But it just shows you that, you know, they're able to utilize like this is how much time they had to that Jared Goff had. They ran a reverse flea flicker, and he had time to sit back there and throw the ball. They reversed it. They handed it off to the running back. He handed it off to the receiver. The receiver ran back and pitched it to the quarterback. And he sat there and just took his time to throw the ball. That's how much time he had in the pocket versus our quarterback. He say hut and he's bobbing and weaving. And I'm like, man, how did he get in there that fast? It's almost like they were just saying, okay, go ahead, go. But the offensive line, man, is and the defensive line, man, is atrocious.
Man, where do I start? This is
Just pick one
atrocious.
up.
This is atrocious. For we know going into this game, we're 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 behind the gun here. With all the injuries, especially on defense, we know we lost top guys. We did think that Duran Bland was gonna play, and then he was a late scratch. I don't even think the young fella Carson was active,
Mm-mm.
so he didn't play. And then Kendricks also, was a late scratch as well. It's a lot of, we went into the game knowing this, and in the game knowing this is one of those games where your offense is going to have to carry you. You're going to have to game plan to carry this the defense. We're down to third and fourth string linemen. We're down to second and third string linebackers, cornerbacks. Um, and we went in knowing that, oh, at least we did. We at least thought that. As fans, it was that obvious, and that's without inside locker room knowledge. And then for you to put that out there, scheme wise, and not only that, that line. I mean, you can't even say that should have scrambled. Where you gonna scramble to if they coming from all sides? It had them in a circle. It
Man, they
wasn't no,
got
it wasn't
pressure
nowhere to
from
scramble out of.
everywhere.
And then on top of that, these routes that McCarthy has these receivers running, everything is a curl, or it, I don't even think they ran any
Or
crossing routes
slant.
or a slant. They ran slants, but
Everything is a curl or a quick slant.
quick slant is no deep overs. Is not. It's no comebacks. It's no post routes. It's none of that. Everything is a
But
curl,
but
and
I
so
I will I will I will cut him slack there because like running those long developing routes like that doesn't. I mean, he's not going to have time to let that develop. Like he doesn't have time to sit
what?
back there and let those deep posts and those those deep routes develop. He just don't. Like he's getting
No,
pressure on quick slants. He's getting pressure.
but the thing is, this just didn't start this week. They've been calling these same routes all year, all year. It's no motion on offense. Ain't running nobody in motion. You're
Now
not putting
that's the
CD
trick.
Lamb in the slot. You ain't putting the CD Lamb in the slot. You ain't moving them around. Most prolific teams, they move their guys around, create matchups. We don't do that for whatever reason. I think we're like bottom in the league as far as motion. We don't do no rub
We
routes.
almost last.
Um, I'm sure we last in rub routes because we may run a handful per season, from my knowledge. We don't help none of that out. I mean, it's some quick stuff that we can do, but we don't even get creative enough to do it. Especially if your line is that bad, there are some things that you can do to kind of help minimize it somewhat. But just running curls and quick slants is not it.
Like we don't do any tight end screens.
Mm-mm.
Um, We don't do, any of that.
The little shovel passes.
No shovel passes, no nothing. But you know, overall, what hurts Dallas is their inability to run the ball. At the end of the day, like you're not gonna go very far if you just can't run the ball um, at a decent level. Now you don't have to be amazing at running the ball as a team, but you have to run it
Hmm.
respectfully, so that so the teams can at least respect your play action. Like we can't even run play action because ain't nobody biting on that. Who bite? They're not scared of your run.
We average 3.1 a
I
carry.
know, cause Dowdle had 25 yards and he was our leading rusher.
They only gave it to him 5 times.
Well, he had no choice there, cause we before you
Five
before you
times.
knew it, before
Zeke
you
got,
knew it, we were that
and
we
we
were
got,
down like
and
we were down like about 20, 30 points.
we keep putting hefty Zeke out there, and Zeke got 8 carries.
And this is the thing that irritates me too. Deron Bland's been practicing for the past 2 weeks, doing full practices. If the guy can play and he's healthy, let the guy play, man. I can't stand this for the life of me. Oh, we're just gonna hold him out one more week for what? Like if he's practicing and he's not hurting, there's no setbacks, and he can go, man. Let the guy go. Like I can't stand that. I hate that with a passion. Like, dude, like your team is already depleted. Like if you got a guy that's healthy, why not use him?
Man, it's too much like right, man. We we do things the hardest way, and the very things that we chose, well, not us, what the front office chose to not address during the off season is the very things that's coming to bite us at this point in time in the season. We have yet to we didn't get any hauls inside on the defensive line. We just and then the one
We
that we
did,
did
but they sorry.
no, I'm talking about go get some real guys. Not just a guy, because we get got guys now. But we did have one in Hankins. It was pretty serviceable, and we let him walk.
That was terrible decision.
We let him walk.
We could have got him cheap too.
Cheap.
That was just terrible. You could have got him for $3 to $4 million.
$1 million. And we sitting on cap space. And they keep
That's
talking about we don't
terrible.
have no money. And we sitting on cap space. And you keep putting Mozzie out there. Mozzie getting ran over.
Cause he gets off the ball too slow. If you ever watch him, if you ever watch Dallas defense, look at Mozzie Smith. Watch how long it takes for him to raise up and get going. By the time he raised up, the offensive line is blowing him up off the line of scrimmage. Like he has, as a defensive tackle, you have to get up and moving fast. He takes so long to get going. Now, the time that he do get a good start, he does blow stuff up because he is strong if he can get going. But if a lineman gets going before you,
Man, I tell you this. Uh, this is ridiculous. But this is the perfect birthday present for Jerry Jones.
he'll never forget it.
You'll never forget this. This is your doing. I I blame you. This is your doing or your lack of thinking we're fine. And like I said, the very things that you chose to neglect, the very things that's costing us.
Man, Jerry don't care.
That's what's costing us.
Jerry don't care, man. Jerry do not care because he's the epitome of a narcissistic person.
Mm.
He is the epitome of it because things are going wrong, but you make all the decisions on that goes on with the team, but you blame everyone else
Else.
for our downfalls as the Dallas Cowboys.
Facts.
Like you epitome of a narcissistic person. Like he takes no accountability
At all.
for the things that he has done to this organization. He
That's
blames
facts.
everyone. Well, this person has to be better. That person has to be. What about you? Because
Preach.
if we look at it and keep it real, there's only one common denominator with the Cowboys throughout all these years, and that's Jerry Dwayne Jones.
Not Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Man, Dwayne. You know what? We ain't calling him Jerry no more. We calling him Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Cause he acting like a Dwayne. That's what he's acting
That
like right
man.
now. He is acting like a Dwayne for addressing for a lack of addressing the needs of this team.
Or not only that, like he doesn't know what he's doing. And we as fans, we can honestly say Jerry Dwayne does not know what the heck he is doing with the Cowboys because we have 30 years of an absent Super Bowl to prove it.
That's facts.
We haven't sniffed. uh,
Uh,
We haven't sniffed. We haven't sniffed a conference finals in 30 years.
Mm-mm.
And he constantly puts himself in the forefront. He's constantly making decisions. He will not get the right personnel. He will not get a GM and remove himself out the equation. Every other owner plays the background, not the Cowboys owner. This Joker
Mm-mm.
forefront of all the mess.
Man, that's Dwayne for you, man. Wow. Okay, man. Let's get on this defensive side of the ball, man. Yes, we had a lot of injuries, man. That's granted. In the front seven, we had a lot of injuries. But man, I gotta point something out, man. Trayvon Diggs, man. I mean, yes, you're not a just a flat out just tackler, man. But you can't just let this guy just uh, everyone. You can't just let everyone just whiff on you, man. Or you whiff on everyone, man. Especially when it's just you and him in that space. You can't whiff every single time.
It's
I mean,
it's crazy.
that's just
It's
horrible,
him.
man.
It's him. It's him and it's everybody else in the secondary. I just can't just point him out.
No,
It's everyone in
I
the
got
secondary.
no, I got a
When when
list.
when they when they when they was running the ball, you can clearly see guys instead of going head up with them, they just was
Hmm.
sticking out their arm and just
Arms are
say, "Hey, I'm gonna
dancing.
try to trip him up."
Yep. No, I that is unacceptable. And then Donovan Wilson, he can't cover nobody in the phone booth.
It ain't even that
And
he
then,
can't cover. Donovan Wilson, he don't have no IQ. He
but
just
I'm
don't know
just
what's
saying he
going
can't
on out
cover
there.
though. I mean, it's like that was the worst thing they did, putting him from the linebacker from up on that line. Cause when you put him back there, he is trash in the worst way. I mean, it's
And
just
then
horrible.
I have a I have a problem with Zimmer.
Go ahead.
My biggest pet peeve, If a team is exploiting you in every way that they can possibly exploit you, in the pass, in the run, I mean, just in every way,
Hmm.
I am a big stickler of blitzing my tail off. I will crowd that line of scrimmage and say, I'm taking something away. If you're going to beat us, you're just going to have to flat out just air it out. But I'm sending everybody. We are going to be in man to man, and I'm sending everybody.
Man, we with that number
Instead of
27 on
sitting
there.
back, instead of sitting back in the zone. Because you're sitting back in the zone and you're allowing them to run it down your throat, and they still passing it down your throat.
Man, the way the way that number 27 is, that man there, he passed interference and still getting caught on.
That was amazing. I thought the boy had dropped the ball. I was like, "Oh, that's a good play." Oh man, he caught
I,
the ball. How did he?
I, I said, man, I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be a pass interference, and he still caught that thing. I said, well, at least they showed us some mercy and then called a pass interference because it sure enough was. It sure enough was. So only man on that guy there, man.
But I'm what I'm saying is, if we're getting beat every which way, I'm gonna try my best to stop something. Like Detroit
But
Lions was
but
doing, they was doing whatever they felt like they wanted to do.
but let's say granted, let's say if you go that route where you go zero blitz, do you think number 27 is gonna hold up just enough to someone can get home? Let's be real about this.
I mean, but at least it's something. At least the pressure is coming on Golf's face. Golf is just sitting back there like, yeah, run your route,
Cause I'm just saying, cause number
dot,
27, man,
dot. At least when there's some pressure coming, at least you have a chance for an errant throw. Like he don't even have a chance for an errant throw because there's zero pressure. Like he has zero pressure in the pocket. At
I
least
think,
if you're sending guys, at least you have a chance for an errant throw.
cause I think they said in the first half he had what they consider um highly contested catches. They had zero. All of their catches was considered wide open.
Well, this is what happened when you have all the time in the world. Like you watch the same play I did. It was like third and 15, third and 16. He had all day to sit back there and let them run past 15 yards to pick up this first down.
Yeah,
Zero pressure. Versus if you had an all out blitz, there's a high chance you get the sack or an errant throw, or he just has to check it down, and now you can try to rally and tackle. And that's better than what you're giving up because now you're sitting back there in the zone and you're trying to rush four. They're not getting no pressure. Now the DB's back there scrambling, trying to cover all day. Like, like they too talented to have your DBs just sit out there all day. Like the guys are just too talented. Like you have to find a way to get pressure on golf.
man. I just, yeah, man. I don't know. I just, it's
And then
ridiculous,
too,
man.
then too, not only passing, but they running the ball.
Facts. This is how we feeling all. We all feeling like this, sister-in-law. Shout out to sister-in-law.
Yeah, I got my shades on, baby.
Man, this is horrible, man. And then what got me, what really just irked me above just flat out just underperformance The fact that in the end of the game, when Donovan Wilson got a sack and was up there celebrating,
So he ain't got no IQ. I said, they told you that. Told you that man
I'm
had no
like,
IQ.
they ain't put up almost a 50 piece on us. You get a rink dink sack where they just they mailing it in. It's over, and you want to get up and celebrate
Man,
after getting
man, I,
carved and dotted up all day. All them tackles you ain't missed,
man, I never wanted a simulation button so much. Boy, I
man.
want that game to be over. They could have just ended at halftime for all I care.
Hey, I wouldn't even been mad. And you man, you know what I would you know what? I'm gonna say it. I wish they would have threw some pass or some touchdown to them linemen.
Nah, I ain't want that.
No, step a mud. I mean, they already stuffed the mud hole in us. Go ahead and
we
do it with
already
two
got a
feet.
we already got a dirty beating. It was dirty,
No, man,
but
go
it
ahead
was.
and do it. Let them big jumbos eat a little bit.
I know prayer works because I prayed against it and it didn't happen.
I was up there hoping. I said, let one of them catch that. Let them catch it. Let's see if it gonna be some change then. I think it would have been some type of change then at that point.
Man, ain't nothing gonna
Cause,
happen. Jerry gonna if he fire Mike McCarthy, he just gonna go out there and just hire him another buddy. He's not gonna go out there and hire nobody that's gonna get the show right. We know that. We know that through the history of the Cowboys. We
that's
know that.
facts.
We know he's not gonna bring in no guy, no nonsense guy who's gonna hold these guys accountable, and then not only hold them accountable, but a guy who comes up with a really good game plan. We need a strategist who can come up with a game plan, especially when your guys are out.
Facts. I show I
You
would
know,
show I would show love to have Detroit's OC. I tell you that.
well, you got to be kind of careful with that because, like, every good coordinator isn't always a good head coach.
Well, I
And
think I I think it's a caveat to that though. I think it's more so the older coordinators, they don't make good head coaches. I think the more innovative the younger ones do, no, the older ones, no, not so much. So
well,
from what I've seen, so I'm not saying like all of them do, but it's a better percentage chance with the newer ones, the more that the
well,
ones that are more innovative.
reason why I say that is because like you get the innovation of a young coach, but you don't get the experience or you don't get the no nonsense. And so yeah, they'll come in, they'll be very innovative, they'll be very calculated on how they do stuff, and you'll have success.
Well,
Like take this for instance. Kellen Moore, like we had number one offense behind Kellen Moore. And he was very good coming up with a game plan of us putting up a lot of points on offense. But when it was time to hold guys accountable, when it was time for him to really come down on guys, it just wasn't that. You know, even Dak said it himself. Like he didn't really see Kellen as a coach; he seen him as a peer.
well, I mean, because according to this coaching staff we have now, we have all the experience in the world,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mike
and and
McCarthy
and
is
Mike
cool.
and then Mike Zimmer, he's supposed to be no nonsense, and it's still the same result.
Well, with the thing with Mike Zimmer is he just doesn't have the dogs. Like he just don't like the D line just isn't there. Like
Well, my thing
they just
is,
not.
is like, yeah, I understand on that in that front, but I know that with another coach coming in, that he's more than likely going to be gone as well. So my
Oh,
thing
everybody gonna be
is,
gone.
yeah, so I'm thinking in that stream there, because what they've been going and getting, they're going to getting these old washed up coaches with no creativity, no innovation, and they sticking them out there, and it's still the same thing. No creativity. You very predictable, as we've seen today again. Instead of going to get
I,
somebody that's, I, I'm willing to bet, just go get somebody innovative. Let's change it up. Let's just see what happens. Because the way we've been doing it
well,
all this time
I think you're
it's
gonna
not
have the
worked.
same. You're gonna have the same results because Jerry is gonna get someone who's going to bow down to Jerry. Like that's the main issue. Like we heard about the riffraff that happened between Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones in the offseason. It's because Jerry is implementing things that he wants done when it comes to who plays, how they play, things like that. When you start doing that, and now you start undermining the coach, or you start, basically tying his hands behind his back, like, it's like we take it back to like Jimmy Jones. I mean Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson was able to coach without his hands being tied behind his back because when he needed to get down on somebody, or even if he needed to bench somebody, he could. Mike McCarthy don't have that liberty.
So okay, granted, with knowing that, why are we still cheering for these guys?
That's where my next take finna go. Cause we deserve better. We are the best fans in the world. We travel all across this country. You can't go to a Cowboys game, no matter what stadium it is, and see a big turnout by the Cowboy fans. You just can't. And we consistently put ourselves through this
Time and time again.
every single year. We endure the hurt, the pain, the ridicule, and we not even getting paid for this.
Mm-mm.
There's some people out there now with their heart broken, wondering what they gonna say at work.
Let's see if you got some vacation time.
See what they gonna, and then you gotta hear this mess come up on ESPN. Be like me, I don't watch it.
Mm-mm. No, neither.
I don't watch it. If it got 4 letters, I don't watch it.
4 or 3.
4 or 3, I don't watch it.
That's all they're gonna be talking about. But we really have to, like, really assess that, man. Like, we year after year after year, it's
we,
the same thing.
it's crazy, it's
We are
ludicrous, man.
we are truly delusional. Truly.
We we're not even just delusional. We're
This is
psychotic.
this is this is
I think I
amazing.
think all I think all Cowboys fans, I think we need to go get checked out. Mental health.
We need to. This is amazing. We seen the off season that they had, and we still came into the season with optimism.
Not only just optimism,
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That's asinine.
not only that,
Asinine.
Jerry Jones is still in control, and we still think
And
that
we
we got.
still think we got a chance. Talking all the noise. We challenging people, betting people, the all the above. People go even going as far as getting season tickets, and these
Uh,
tickets ain't cheap.
the devil's a lie.
These
Ain't
tickets
no
ain't
truth
cheap
in
at
it.
all. Th- We got fans
I'm not.
that delusional.
I'll never go to a Cowboy game till they can prove to me that they can give us fans what we deserve: a quality product on the field.
Well, you know what's gonna have to happen. I mean, we can't say it on here, but you know what we got what gotta happen.
Yeah, I know
You know,
what gotta happen.
yeah,
They may
that's
not
what's going.
test me because I said,
Nah,
I
come on,
said,
bro. No, man, we can't say it on here, man. We know this let that be known sports, but something can't
I let it
so
be, I
something
let
can't
it
be
be
known.
known. He don't already. He had enough birthdays. That's enough. Man, shoot. Test me. I wore my shades for a reason.
So we hurting, man. We hurting.
I wore my shades for a reason, man. I said, shoot.
Um,
He don't have enough birthdays. Landing your helicopter on the practice field, stopping the whole practice. What kind of mess is this? What kind of crap is that? Who
he don't know.
does that?
He don't even know what to do with himself, man.
And then it's gonna be so much turmoil. We're just not gonna ever get out of this hole we in as a franchise because when he's gone, his son is taking over, and his son is already running stuff, and he looks healthy.
Man,
Jeez, talking about he want to win a Super Bowl before he clock out of here,
good luck.
man.
Good luck.
If y'all want to know a liar, Jerry Jones is a liar. He'll steal from you too. He steal from Cowboy fans. He still, I ain't lying, man. It's a hot take. He still from Cowboy fans every year. Y'all buy all that merchandise. Y'all go and buy those pay for those expensive seats. Buying all those the refreshments and stuff you buy at the game, and watching all these games, and he's taking all this money from us, and this is all that we can get. This is ridiculous. He a liar and he a cheat and he'll steal from you. I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. I'm, I'm hurt, man.
See, we're hurting over here, man. We hurting over here, family. We all hurting.
I'm talking out of pain,
We are all hurting.
man. We got to stop this, man.
We gotta
We
stop
got to
this.
stop.
This
Jeez.
this has to stop. This is 30 plus years of this. And then we so dumbfounded when it's the result. If anybody preps the way that we prep here, in the way we put things in place here, this is the result you're gonna get. But we're so delusional that we thinking, oh, that don't matter. We still gonna kill. We still gonna do this.
Told, told you, man. We not just delusional, man. We psychotic. We sick.
We looking at this and knowing we acknowledge that they doing this or they're not doing this, and we still talking about, ah, they ain't gonna matter until it matters.
Guys, I'm just gonna share this with the Cowboy family out there, man. If you're a Cowboy supporter, it ain't gonna get no better, guys.
Mm-mm.
We're not gonna win nothing, man, because the offensive line is poor. and I don't see no way of improving. Zach Martin's getting old. He's on his way out the door.
Facts.
Defensive line
This may be his last
is
year.
defensive line is non-existing. I don't think that I don't think that Michael Parsons is worth the money, and I know that's a shocker to most people. That's a hot take,
Go on.
and I'm coming on down this road. I don't think he's worth the money because he is a one-dimensional player. He is a excellent pass rusher, a phenomenal pass rusher, but he is below average run stopper and playmaker. If he cannot effectively rush the passer, he's really no good to your defense because he doesn't stop the run at a high clip. He doesn't make plays in a high clip. When we get to the playoffs, Michael Parsons is nowhere to be found. You tell me when the last time you seen Michael Parsons wreck a game, either with stopping the run, creating some kind of turnovers, whatever it may be. When we get to the second half of the season, going into the playoffs, he's nowhere to be found. He's either hurt like he is now, or he's just out there getting washed up in the line. Because teams are not going to drop back and pass the ball when they know that we cannot stop them run. So his pass rush is ineffective. It doesn't mean anything. These guys do not understand the cardinal rule. For anybody who has played football, especially the defensive side of the ball, you have heard your coach say one time or another, you have to earn the right to rush the passer. But our team haven't got the memo. We come out and we think we just gonna rush the passer and we just gonna get sacks all game. What smart team is gonna come out here and just start airing the ball out when you can just run it right down on defense? Heck, for the matter, you can run right at our star player. You can run right at Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
Does he blow it up? Nope. I'm sorry, I'm keeping it real. You can get mad at me all you want to. I think Michael Parsons is a phenomenal talent. I do not care. I'm just gonna let you know. And I know a lot of people mad. A lot of people gonna blame Dak Prescott. Yeah, he got his blame in it. You know, whenever Dallas lose, it's Dak Prescott fault. When Dallas win, the Cowboys won. That's how that goes. But anybody with a third grade education can clearly see that no matter who you put back there behind center of the Cowboys, they're not going to have success. For one, the scheme is garbage, and the O line is hot garbage. This is where we are as a Cowboys franchise.
Wow. So with him, he's coming up on this, do for an extension. Do you re-sign him or do you try to trade him and get something for him?
You already know what I'm going to say. I've been saying this since last year. I've been saying Dallas should trade Michael Parsons. That's the only way, and I know people don't want to hear it, but if you want a better football team overall, the only way to quickly rebuild the team to where you can have a team that can compete faster is that you're going to have to give up an asset like that in order to rebuild your offensive line, rebuild your defensive line. Other than that, you're just going to be spinning your wheel. Yeah, you can pay him, but it's just gonna the same thing that we seen today is gonna continue to happen. If Michael Parsons was there today, we still got to be down.
Do you think he can ever get better at the run support? Because I mean, he's still fairly
Yes,
young in his career. I mean,
I
do
I
you
think
think he can
I
really?
think I think he can, but I think on those downs he's just out of position. I think if you move him to linebacker and allow him to play out of the linebacker's position more, I think he can be more effective. Now, if that's Michael Parsons running at the running back, coming through the hole, now Michael gonna hit him. Versus you have Damone Clark there, or you have another person there. If Michael's filling that hole, yeah, you gonna have he gonna bring him down. But if Michael's on the line, now Michael's getting washed in the movement of the O line.
So would
Now
you have?
I would put him. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I will put him at defensive end when it's time to rush the passer, or I will put him on the line when it's time to rush the passer on a 3rd and 15, on a 3rd and 16, on an obvious pass down. But when it's time first down, when it's first, second down, he'll be a linebacker because that's truly what he is. He's truly a linebacker. He's not a defensive end. That's why he struggles to stop the run because it's just not what he is. He is what he is when he played in college, which was linebacker.
So would you put him more like at the wheel or Sam? Um,
He can play either one of those. He has the ability to play either one of those.
well, I'm
With
just saying
him and
because you.
Damone, with him and Overshown,
Hmm.
they would be blowing plays up with that kind of speed and power. You'd be blowing plays up.
Do you think it's too late now to do that, far as getting or convincing Micah to stand up?
Then that goes with what I mentioned earlier. When a owner ties a coach hands behind his back, Jerry Jones will not allow anybody to move Michael Parsons back to the linebacker position.
Man, this wow. Trade in Micah Parsons. That would shake up the football world. That's for sure. Um, I
I mean,
mean, do I?
unless you're gonna put him at linebacker, like if you're just gonna stick him at defensive end, yeah, you might as well trade him because you're not going to get the most that you can get out of him.
Yeah, but I well, of course, we're speaking hypotheticals because I'm sure that neither one of us think that that's going to happen. He's going to be resigned and he's going to still stick at D, and they're not going to make that change. Um, thanks to Jerry. Well, no, Dwayne, not Jerry. You got to earn the right to be Jerry again.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Um, no, man. So I know we touched on some players today, and we briefly touched on Diggs. Man, what's going on, man?
Well, I
I
knew he was
mean,
gonna have some trouble coming off the ACL, but the overall trouble is you can't generate pressure. The coverage goes hand in hand with the pressure. It's the same way with the how the Detroit Lions was covering our receivers. The reason why they was able to cover so tight because they know they're going to get pressure. and Dak just not going to have just time just to sit back there in the pocket. Coverage goes hand in hand with the pass rush, as well as the pass rush with the coverage. If you want good coverage, get some pressure on the quarterback.
But, I mean, I get that part, man. I do. I know that, pressure and coverage works hand in hand. But like I said before, man, those times where you got a guy in front of you and you're the last line of defense to either stop the first down or to
Well,
even
I'm just gonna tell you this.
stop the
I'm
print
just gonna tell
the
you this.
touchdown. Well,
He not gonna talk. He not gonna tackle that bull. I'm telling you that. That boy that running like Derrick Henry.
no, man, these some of these is receivers he was whipping on. I ain't talking about Montgomery. Yeah, Montgomery, that's a whole nother beast. But some of these was receivers. These was some of them was receivers where he was whipping on. You know what I mean? I mean, and then even then,
I mean, he.
at least grab him and hold on to you, to help come. Overshawn is gonna be somewhere in the vicinity.
I mean, he was lost too, man.
I mean,
He looking in the backfield. You supposed to be guarding the tight end, and the tight end just run a straight nine route, and Overshawn just looking and like,
yeah,
oh, that's my man. Like the whole defense as a whole, like that's why I said like we can point out one person here, that person. It was just a whole. The defense as a
no,
whole, just they all got built. Like
it was it was
from the safeties to the corners to the linebackers to the D linemen.
no,
Like everybody was just played poor,
no, it
and
was a
then the
firestorm.
effort, like it just wasn't. It just as a collective unit, man, they just played poor. Like everybody just played poor, man.
No, it was a fire show, and it was just like how we've been saying. What could go wrong will go wrong, and it did go wrong. I mean, at this point, man, the season is no way that your kicker should be the best player on your team at
Well,
this
the
point.
reason why he's the best player is because um he don't have to really rely on a lot of other people to be successful. Just give him a little time and get the kickoff versus other players. Like people don't understand. If you're a quarterback, he's relying on a lot of people to do their jobs in order for him to do his job. If you're if you're a running back, you're relying on a lot of people to do their job so that you can do yours. If you're a receiver, you're relying on a lot of people to do their job so you can do yours. That's why they call it a team effort. If the O line don't block, that can drop back and throw the ball. He don't have no time. The O line don't block, can run the ball. Therefore, the receiver's not going to get any touches or any quality touches. And then on top of that, this irks me about Mike McCarthy. You have an extremely fast individual on the offensive side of the ball and chirping. Every time that I see a team come out in single high safety, I am going to run him straight down the
The
field.
scene. Yep.
Every time I see them come out in a single high safety, I don't care what they in a single high safety. I don't care if it's cover one, cover zero, cover three. I don't care what it is. If you only got one safety up there, I am going to allow him to use his speed and just say, hey, you run past that defender. I'm gonna put you on the outside here, and I'm gonna put somebody in the slot, probably CD. I will put him and CD on the same side, Hey, CD, you run a post route to occupy the safety. Turpin, you got one on one outside. Go to work. I guarantee you, if you make that a threat, it will relieve some pressure in the box.
Facts.
It's the Tyreek Hill effect. When you
Mm-hmm.
play Tyreek Hill, I guarantee you, if their coach sees single high safety, Tyreek Hill is running a go route.
Facts.
He don't care what you in. If you only got one safety back there, he's running a go route. He's gonna run somebody to occupy that safety. He's gonna run somebody across the safety's face, and he's running a go route.
Go around. Yeah. Facts.
Now the safety's in limbo. Does he cover the post pattern, or does he go out and help with Tyreek Hill? Either way, one of them gonna have one on one. And Mike
That's
McCarthy, I
yeah.
don't
It
know,
goes.
man.
That's why I went back to creativity or lack thereof, man. We do not do nowhere near enough to get our guys open. And like I said, if you look at the teams that thrive, especially on offensively, they they do things to get their guys open. They just don't sit them in one spot the whole game and just okay, then you get open. No, these defenses are too smart for that nowadays. They're not going to just let you just sit there and tee off on them. You're going to have to
Or
mix it
my
up. You're going to
my
have to
my thing is
innovate. Get creative.
my thing is this though. If you know that CD Lamb is going to be double covered, why not use that to your advantage?
Facts.
If it's 3rd and 5, and Detroit did it all game on 3rd and 5, they doubled CD
Double
Lamb.
City. Mm-hmm.
Why not use that to your ability or to your advantage? If you know
Somebody
they're going to take them away,
somebody's one on one. Somebody. No man. Do you, let me ask you this: does McCarthy make it through the year? He's already on a
yeah,
1 year deal now. Does he make it through the year?
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised to come back next year.
So you think he makes it through the year?
I wouldn't be surprised that I wouldn't be surprised he come back next year.
I think, man, these type of games, man, you can really lose your team, or you can lose your voice in that locker room, man, and they quit on you. And
I
it
mean, for sure, for sure.
and for one, and then it's not the first time that this happened this season. And so for it to was this the second time it happened something like this besides what the New Orleans game. And so, man, I think if it's one more game like this year, which it could very well be, I think they're gonna quit and he's gonna be gone. Miss if one of those games like that happen again. Um, because we have what San Francisco coming up after the bye, or is it San Francisco or the Giants after the bye? I think
I
it's San
wish it was the
Francisco.
Giants, but it's San Francisco.
And
But the thing
man,
is, the thing is this: Jerry would keep somebody there as long as they stay under his thumb. Like no matter how mediocre, no matter how bad you are, we seen this under Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett gave us so many 8-8 seasons; it wasn't even funny.
it's well, we got a gauntlet coming up. After the bye, we have San Francisco, then Atlanta, Philly. That's a possible there. Then Houston. Then Washington.
You know what? I'm grateful.
You said what?
I'm grateful
You
because,
you
and this
breaking
is
up
why
on
I'm
me?
grateful. You know,
Hey, you breaking up?
I'm grateful. I said I'm grateful. Can you hear me?
Y'all can hear you.
I said I'm grateful because we get a chance to see what our team really is at the early in the season. Normally we be beating up on teams, and then towards the end of the year, going to the playoffs, we look like garbage. Now we know exactly where we stand, where we are, and if we get any better, we know that you know at least we'll be battle tested because of the schedule we're going through. Now I don't think it's gonna get better, and in my opinion, let's just get into Travis Hunter sweepstakes.
Bingo.
In my opinion, let's have C.D. Lamb and a Travis Hunter. Let's go get us a dog.
Facts.
Just in my opinion.
Cause getting scraping in to get in the wild card just to get booted out, that ain't gonna help
Let me tell
us.
you what we should do. This is what we should do, and we should petition for it. If we trade Michael Parsons and we tank the rest of this season, we can get Travis Hunter and we have another number one pick, and we can just clean house.
Hmm. Hey, chat. Y'all put in the chat
Let us,
if y'all agree with that.
let
Trading
us know how
Michael
you feel
Parsons.
about that.
Let us know how you feel about that. Trading Michael Parsons and and tanking the rest of the season. Let us know in the comments there, for
I'm
sure.
gonna be I'm gonna be full on board, and we come back in San Francisco. If we come back after this bye, and San Francisco waxes us like the Detroit Lions did, if you're not on board with my statement, you part of the psychotic fan. If you're not on board, if San Francisco waxes us after the bye,
Which is a very good chance.
if you're not on board with my line of thinking, which I'm gonna call it the new era Cowboys, we the new era. We're trying to usher in a new era of real Cowboy fans that's gonna keep it real. This is a new era. Now, if you want to be Old Testament, you part of the problem. We need new fans. We need logical fans.
Fact.
I'm saying it now. We're just a tier above the Giants.
I can't argue with you on that. I legit can't argue with you on that. With that,
We're
that
a
is
tier
the
above the
truth,
Giants. The Giants is a bad football team.
and we're not much better.
We're average.
Are we average?
We're average football team because we can beat really bad football teams. Like we can beat Cleveland Browns. We can beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Like we can beat bad football teams. Like if you give us a bad football team, we'll beat them. We'll beat the Panthers. We'll beat the bad football teams. But how you know that we're average is that we don't beat them by much.
It's a
Like
close game.
like we barely beat Cleveland. We barely
Hmm.
beat the Giants. Like we didn't beat them by a whole lot of points. That's how you know that you're an average team because you struggle with bad teams. The Giants, the Detroit Lions, are a very good team. They did what they supposed to do to an average team, was beat the heck out of them
Facts.
to show you you're average.
And
You're
it could
not
have
on
been
our
worse.
level. They was trying to hang like 70 on our head.
That was what they were supposed to do. That's what
And
they were supposed.
If Jared don't get this glare out this stadium, all this sunlight coming through this stadium, man. If he don't go and get some of the homeboys and get some tint on the window,
Tint them windows.
if he don't tint the windows up there, man,
Shout out to Cousin Al.
cause my land, how many balls we got to drop because the sun is in our eyes? What kind of stadium is this,
But
man?
but the thing is, it's a roof on there that'll cover that. And he chooses to open the roof. It's a roof that covers that.
Cause Jared think he on vacation, man. I honestly think Jared don't really know what's going on, man. Jerry up there, he up there sipping wine, drinking mai tais, eating croissants and biscuits and stuff with the roof open, probably getting his nails and stuff done up there. And I think Jerry don't really know what's going on out here, man.
Hey man, but he say he a top notch GM, man. That's what he said. That's what
That's
he
what
told us.
that's where that delusional and psychotic mindset it come from the owner.
That's what he told us, man. He say he's great at it. Even though he ain't got no hardware to prove it, but yeah, that's what he say.
And the fans have adopted Jerry's mindset. I gotta watch some of these Cowboy fans, man, because y'all psychotic. Y'all lie to me. And you steal from me too. Like your
Lying on
pastor
the
Jerry.
season. Pastor Dwayne. I'm calling him man Dwayne. So
Jerry Jerry do all that. I believe y'all do it too.
so at this point in the season, this is what six weeks into the season. How do you think we're gonna fare out record wise? What do you think we're gonna end up at?
Man, at the rate that we're going now, I say we'll be lucky to win 7 games. At the rate we're going now, because the way I see it is, we're gonna beat the Giants again.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna split with Philly. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna split with Washington. That's 3 games. We on already won 3, so that's 6, and we'll somehow get another win on one of these other
Carolina,
teams. Carolina.
because
I
everybody
see
else
us going by. I see us going by 7 games.
7 and 10. So yeah,
Average
I'm
football team.
I'm about right there with you because I'm just looking at the schedule, man. I mean, I
I mean,
think that
I'm not looking at the schedule. I'm evaluating the field of play.
no, that's
Like
what I'm saying. I'm saying according to what we're putting out, the product that we're putting out, and then who we're going against. We got the 49ers. We have Atlanta who plays hard. Then we play Philly. We always split with Philly.
I think
Houston,
we're gonna split with Washington too.
Washington, and then Washington where their offense is they're going. I mean, we can't stop nothing. So and then we'll be New York. Then we play Cincy with your boy Joe Burrow, the number two quarterback in the league, man.
We're gonna win that one.
Oh, you
We
think
might get
so?
8. We might get 8 win.
You sure?
We get 8 win. They
You,
defense trash too. Defense trash.
so you gonna bump it up to 8?
I say 8. I think we can get them.
I'm gonna stick
They
at
bar- they,
7.
they barely beat the Patriots today,
I'm gonna stick at 7.
and we don't know who the quarterback for the Patriots. We don't know who playing for the Patriots.
Is
You
that
couldn't
boy?
even you
Is
could
that what that boy name?
you can't even name 7 people who play for the Patriots.
Man, now they got people over there getting busted with cocaine, beating their women, getting busted.
I ain't giving Cincinnati no credit for that. You gonna beat the Patriots? I don't even know who played for them. Who you beat? They swapping quarterbacks out like like it ain't like the shoes.
Brissett in.
They don't went through by
Brissett
three
out.
went by went by 3 quarterbacks, man.
No man. And then we'll play Carolina. That's a dub. Then we play Tampa. We're gonna lose to
Hopefully,
Tampa. Then play Philly
Baker Mayfield
again.
gonna carve us up.
Huh? You
I
said
said,
what?
yeah, Baker gonna carve us up.
Yeah, little
I
Baker
said,
gonna
yeah,
call us
Baker
up.
gonna carve us up.
Yeah, he gonna give it to her. Then we play our last 2 games is against Philly and Washington. Um,
By that
and it,
time, man, just tank it.
and man,
By
and
that
like I said,
time,
and then the Philly game, the second Philly game is in Philly, so it's cold already too. They ain't got no roof on their stadium. We don't fare too well in the cold.
that's a crime shame.
Man, I'm going 7-10, man.
I think we're good sense, man. I think we're good sense.
Bro,
I think I think it's
my
because Jamar Chase don't even want to play no more. They don't want to pay the man. This man no money. He don't even want to play. He talking about he open. They asked him, "What's the problem out there?" I'm
I'm
open.
a,
I don't, Burrow
I
don't
don't
see me.
see him see me. I don't know what the problem is.
I think we can get them, man. They going through turmoil.
Man,
If we healthy, I think we can get them.
man, my confidence is so low right now.
Oh, I'm low. I'm saying
It is so
I
low,
told you we're an average team, man.
and I'm hope I'm wrong. But 7-10 is what I see after
I
six
ain't care no I don't even
after
care no
six
more.
weeks.
I don't care no
After
more.
after 6 weeks, man, this is who we are.
I used to be so. It used to
This is
mess
who.
my whole week up when the Cowboy lose. Not no more. I'm delivered from that. Mm-mm.
Now this is who they are, man.
I'm walking in liberty. I'm not doing that. Mess
This
my
is what
whole week up.
this is what they do. This is who they are. We we're gonna get through it. Hopefully, we can get a top 10 pick out of it. A show enough player. Cause he, okay, let's assess the last. I guess the last 4 to 5 drafts as far as first round picks and how they fared. Cause we've been missing, and we've been missing bad. So this this past draft, we got the young kid Guyton, who was playing left tackle, and we see how he's getting cooked out
I
there.
I I I give him a little grace or whatever. He's serviceable. Now he isn't what we want him to be, you
But
know.
but my thing is
But
like if you're gonna be a first round picks off of guys that's gonna it's not gonna just to be a guy. Not
I
for a
mean,
first round.
yeah,
That's that's more so second. You can even say second round or later. That's kind of they're serviceable. When you're a first round pick, you're you're supposed to be an impact player, or even just coming in, not necessarily be just bad. And I'm not saying that he's not going to get better, but for the at the place where we took him, that it wasn't
oh
worth
man,
it. Um, and second, and then uh,
running back guys.
and then second,
No, it wasn't worth it.
and then the round before, the year before, we got Mozzie Smith in the first round.
No. Please don't draft nobody else from Michigan. Please,
Bet.
man.
And we had two guys from Michigan that year. We had him in the first round. In the second round, Shoemaker, that tight end. The only good guy we got from Michigan was Jordan
Jordan
Lewis,
Lewis.
and that was almost 10 years ago, if not 10 years ago.
Taco Charlton was from Michigan too that we drafted. He no longer on the Cowboys. I don't even think he in the
Trash,
NFL no more. That boy, that was hot garbage.
trash. So we,
Michigan puts out terrible product.
yeah,
They
man,
need to open them Ford factories back up.
I ain't coming back making that paper see. Nah, man, we've been striking out lately, man, with these first round picks, man. We used to, with our first round picks, it was, we was hitting on 'em. But now, man, it's we taking
Well,
too big
this
of
is
a
the thing.
gamble.
This is the thing with the Cowboys. Since they primarily build their team through the draft and they're not heavy on free agency, you cannot miss through the draft
Facts.
because you do not build through the free agent, like you don't believe in going out and getting free agency talent. And so since you don't do that, like when you miss in the draft, what that does is now your team didn't get better because obviously you didn't draft good enough talent, and then you don't go out and get talent off the market. So now you're just stuck with what we have this year. So we didn't draft good enough, and then we didn't get enough talent off the market. So this is what we have. We have a subpar team.
And my thing is, it's going to be some years where the draft is not a lot in there that's really worth building on. There are years that are like that. Are more so a lot of projects. So we have to be better in the free agency market. I mean, we got at least try to participate. We don't even try to participate.
Jared not I'm gonna tell you that right now. Jerry ain't finna go out and spend no money. He's not finna go out and spend no money and get no talent. That's what he's not finna do. When you look at all of our star players are players that we drafted. From Dak to CeeDee Lamb to Trayvon Diggs to Michael Parsons and so forth and so forth. All those players are players that was drafted. We don't have no star players on the team that we went out and got.
Nah, man. I mean, that has to change. But that's wishful thinking, man. That's aspirational. Um, so I don't see that change. Like I said, my confidence is so low, man, in this organization. Um, my only thing at this point, man, especially all the injury, I just hope that that doesn't get hurt.
You
You know,
said that
at
who gonna
this,
get hurt?
I said at this point, my only concern is I just hope that that doesn't get hurt.
Oh, it's coming.
You know what I mean? Because
He getting up slower and slower. It's
slow up.
coming.
I mean,
The
I mean
com
they.
the combination of hits, taking so many hits throughout the year, it's
Hmm.
bound to happen.
Oh, speaking of that, did you hear the interview he had this week about how, man, they was had drones flying around his house, man.
Who who had drones flying around now?
Somebody had drones flying around his house, and then they had it all on, social media and things of that nature, showing, kind of like where his house is. Because you know, he's rebuilding it,
Yeah.
to how he want it, and so somebody thought it. I guess they thought it would be cool for them to hover a drone around his house, but in doing that, you dox him, and you kind of expose his location of where his house is, man. And, he spoke out against it. But I mean, what are your thoughts about that, man? Um, do you think that it kind of goes with the territory, or you think that just like crossed the line?
I mean, I think both. I think go with territory, and I also think it crosses the line. The reason why I say both is, for one, like people are gonna be people which are inconsiderate. Like they're gonna do inconsiderate things. Like they doing it because they think it's cool. Oh, this is Dak Prescott's home, not knowing the danger that you're putting them in. And then two, if you're going to be out, and about, and Dak Prescott being one of the famous people, not only in Dallas but in the world, like if people see you, man, like the cameras are coming. If they see you outside your house, they see you at the grocery store or wherever they may see him, like the cameras are coming out. So that's why I said kind of go with the territory because like he's such a big star that it's kind of hard like to kind of be to himself. Um, being such a big public figure, but it is crossing the line because you should give guy anybody their privacy. You know, but just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see both sides in a sense, but I mean, it should be a limit on, you know, have some type of privacy, um, that remains yours, especially when you have a family, when you have, you know, wife and children. I mean, speaking as a father, man, I mean, it's, you know, especially if I was in his shoes, man, and then my location is exposed like that, man. People are crazy, man. People are truly
I
crazy,
mean, yeah,
man. They
I mean,
if
but that's the thing about it, or that's the crazy thing about it, is that
he froze, but
they're nice for fame. There's a is famous as he is.
you choppy.
If you're gonna be as famous as he is, man, like, hold on, let me get back in there. Hold on, let me get back in there.
Just bear with us here. Just having a little technical difficulties here. Um, But so I mean, it's just a matter of, to me, it just, some things should be off limits as much as they're as much as the world has access to them. It got to be a cutoff somewhere. Because I mean, and thinking about it, the same thing happened to the Lions, Detroit Lions coach Dan Campbell. His his location got exposed, and they actually had to move. They had to sell the house they was in and move to a whole new house for that same reason. He had people showing up at his house
I
where
mean,
his wife
yeah,
and
I mean,
kids is. I mean,
it's a reason why rich people move around other rich people.
yeah,
Like when they get money, it's a reason why they don't stay in a normal neighborhood. Um, it's not against the law to film in public. So if you're out in public or you're outside the comfort of your own home, you are subject to being, filmed. Um, but um, that's the price to pay for fame. It's almost like if you remember Michael Jackson, one of the biggest stars.
hmm,
Like, look at the stuff he had. Look at the stuff he went through. You know, um, in his career. Never having privacy, never being able to do just simple stuff like go to the grocery store, doing things like that. Like you don't have that type of privacy when you become such a big star. That's what I mean by there's a price to pay for that. Like if you want to be well known, like there's gonna be a price to pay for it. Like your right to privacy goes down the toilet.
yeah, yeah. I guess
Now,
I'm just.
do I
Go ahead.
do I think now you're talking from a natural standpoint. You're talking from a you know everyday guy. Yeah, everyday guy. Yeah, you know we're cool. Nobody really concerned about where you stay, things like that. You have people see you, they probably won't look twice. Like you just you know. But when you're famous, like it's those same fans that pay your bills.
That's true. That's true.
And so you can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, yeah, I want the fans do this, but then I want the fans to stop. It's like it just don't work that way. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you wanna be secluded and not bothered, then you let the fame go.
Yeah, I guess a tough trade off. Tough trade off there. I know we get ready to come to a close, man. I know
Yeah.
we're gonna reconvene tomorrow, man. With okay, shout out to Fletch, man. Shout out, thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the
Yes, sir.
support. Um,
Thank everybody.
thank y'all. I know we're gonna reconvene on tomorrow to cover um the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Clippers game. They play at, it's like 9:30 p.m. Um,
Jeez.
yeah, we got a late one tomorrow, man. But um, so this is this is the only thing we as Dallas fans that we have to look forward to is these Mavericks, man. At this point,
Shoot, man.
they actually have a front office. They actually have an organization that's
That cares
putting
about winning.
things in place and building towards something, that's making moves. not just any raggedy moves, but moves that's productive. Um, that's our only
The
hope,
owner's out the
man.
way.
The owner's out the way, but he was smart enough to realize, hey, I'm holding us back. Let me get out the way and get somebody in here who can get us to the next level. And that's what Dwayne needs to do. He needs to take a page out of Mark Cuban's book instead of being all in the videos, all in the coaches meetings. Need to fall back, man. Um, you got any
Go
other
get it.
words about this? Because Dwayne been having his fair share with all that going on too. Uh, but
I know there are a couple
anyways,
parties involved.
yeah. You got any final words before we wrap it up here, man?
Look, man, I tuned in a little bit. Yeah, it was a and spend it a lot. Thank you, man. For
You
thank you
breaking
for
up a
being
little
with
bit.
the session. We've had a conversation. Please stay with us as we continue to build this up and continue to go and go through the ups and downs with us, please. It's been a bit of a roller
Please.
coaster starting off, so stay with us. We're gonna definitely continue to get better and better. Um, if you have any suggestions, anything like that, leave it in the comments. You have any questions, leave it in the comments, and we will address those comments. But thank you guys for being with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Most definitely. No, we definitely appreciate you guys. Thanks for being patient with us as we starting out, as he said. Please follow us also on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Um, like I said, tune back in with us tomorrow, man. Um, as we covered the Dallas Mavericks and LA Clippers preseason game. Even though Luke is not going to play, but they still have a promising team. But we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And let that be known. We're out. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.